coming or what?
Yeah, be right with you. Mike?
No, I think I'll give it a miss this week.
What's it with you? You on the wagon?
No, I just fancy a break from the old routine.
Suit yourself.
Where's Michael?
Oh, he's too busy.
What, on a Friday lunchtime?
Right, team?
Mom. Perhaps he's on a promise.
Of course she does. She enjoys it, you can tell. Anyway, how has she become a DCI by 38?
You bitch. How'd you know she's 38?
Reg Hollis.
No, I would have put her a bit older myself.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
Yeah, receiving.
Fatal reported in Telwyn Road.
Motor, how many vehicles?
None. It's the building site. Fatal accident, sir.
Roy Evans, site manager.
Over here, is he?
Yeah.
So, how'd it happen?
Fell from the second level, landed on doors.
Sierra Oscar 595.
Go ahead, Tony.
The accident at the building site confirmed as fatal. Looks like his neck's been broken, plus various other bits.
Inspector Munro's on his way.
Understood. Out.
Do you want it all shut down?
This would be a good idea, wouldn't it? We don't want him buried in ready mix. And no one's to leave the site, OK? We need to take statements. Now, George, look in the back of the motor. Should be some tape holding the area off.
All right, lads, break it up. Come on. It's not going anywhere.
We know his name.
Seabrook. Stephen Seabrook.
Employee.
Self-employed. Tiling subcontractor.
We got his home address next to kin.
I'll see what we've got in the office.
Yeah, all right. Just like to take a look up top first.
What, right now?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'd like to see as it is. And so will health and safety. You smelt the drink. Bit naughty, innit?
There are 50 men on this site. I mean, what do you want me to do? Breathalyse them every dinner time?
How do we know that he fell from up here? Not from the first.
I was on the first. I saw him go past.
I'm used to Ted Roach treating me like a social disease. But Michael... Is there anything I should know? He didn't fancy a drink, that's all. You want to watch it go? Your paranoia show.
They haven't taken the body, I hope?
No, sir. The site office called for it. I've just told them.
Any witnesses?
Only in transit, sir. No one appears to have seen his feet leave the walkway.
Surprise, surprise.
Seems he was a bit of an artist, though.
Drink?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll look good at the inquest. And Dr. Bean?
On the way, sir.
Have we got a next of kin?
Site manager's checking it now. He's a bit shaken up. It's his first death.
Guilty conscience about site safety.
I have checked the scaffolding, sir. At least that seems okay.
All right, then. We'll borrow a hut and you can start initial screening. Did you know the deceased? Had you seen him today? Had you worked with him today? Do you know anything about the accident? 4 straight no's and they can go home. Otherwise, we want a proper statement. All right?
Yes, sir.
Could I have your name again, please? Yeah? No, if you could stay where you are for the moment, I'll get someone right round to see you. Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Collard.
Oh, you've informed the Health and Safety Executive, I trust?
Sierra Oscar 1 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
Receiving.
Just had a call from Mrs. Rachel Collard, sir. Lives in Merrick House, the block in Rogan Place. She saw our man pushed.
Excuse me, Mark. Incident at the building site in Telwyn Road. Man dead, allegedly pushed off the 2nd floor.
Does the DI know?
He's out on inquiries.
Oh, that'll be his Friday lunchtime inquiries, will it? Who's on scene?
Inspector Munro.
Right, tell him we'll be there in 10 minutes.
We?
As in you and me.
Should have brought you wellies, Ma'am.
I'll manage. Back here when you see Mrs. Collard, OK?
Yeah, right.
you want a piggyback, love?
Are you licensed? Oh, afternoon, Andrew.
Afternoon, Mum.
How you doing?
Well, it's a building site, Mum. Traditional habitat of the three wise monkeys. Body first or alleged scene of crime?
I don't mind bodies.
He's trying to impress her. You could do the same if you didn't have your problem.
What problem?
With women in the job.
What are you talking about? I got on all right with Chrissy Fraser, didn't I? Would have gone on a whole lot better if she played ball.
That was different. Madam's in charge.
Look, Tosh, I do not have a problem with women governors.
Neither do I, but I'm married to mine. Hey up. There's a message from Mike.
What, him and Reid bunked off to Brighton, have they?
Not exactly.
Presumably we'll have to wait for Amit.
They're tucked up elsewhere. They won't be here for a couple of hours. So we'll keep the ball rolling rather than wait, shall we?
So, they were about halfway down on the second floor there. Is that right?
Yeah.
Was there a fight or a struggle?
The man who did it had hold of the other man's shoulders and just pushed him over backwards.
The man who did the pushing, what did he do then?
Just disappeared in through the window.
You didn't see his face clearly? Can you be more specific about the jacket? I mean, like, the colour?
No, I'm sorry. This window's none too clean. The whole place is a bit of a mess, really. I've just moved in.
Of course, yeah, don't worry. No, you're being very helpful. How tall would you say he was? 6 foot? Less?
I don't know. It's difficult looking down like this.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry, don't worry.
You were on the walkway directly underneath, is that right, Mr. Evans?
Yes, but if there was any argy-bargy up here, I wouldn't have heard it. There were hammer drilling downstairs.
Why would Seabrook have been up here anyway? It's barely topped out, let alone ready for bathroom tiles.
No reason work-wise. But if he'd just come back on site, it's a shortcut to the top of Block 1 at the moment.
What's your gate security like? I mean, suppose he had just come back on site. Could someone have followed him in?
All visitors report to site office, that's the rule.
Yes, but you don't need passes or anything.
That's down to the company, not me.
I'm just asking, Mr. Evans, when a project reaches this stage and there are all kinds of trades buzzing around, would it be impossible for someone with a hard hat and a toolbox just to walk in?
No, it wouldn't be impossible.
Excuse me, Ma'am. Inspector Burnside's here.
Thanks, George. When was that painted?
This morning. It's only primer. They were in the other block by dinner time.
All right, Gov.
No. Why wasn't I told? You were in the pub. I was in the grapes, Michael, not the Abbo's armpit in Alice Springs. What's she want to get her nice shoes muddy for, anyway?
So she can wipe them on you, Gov.
Hello, Frank. Nice lunch. Hats, gentlemen. Sight rule.
That's a lot so we can see.
Did you see her, Mike?
Yes, ma'am. She seems genuine enough. She couldn't add to the description, but says she saw our man go through the window.
Anyone else up there see anything?
No, not in the Collard flat, but Merrick House is a fair old size. I think it's worth a follow-up.
Could you see to that, Andrew?
Yes, Mum.
What about the initial screenings?
Pretty well a total blank there, man.
Well, we could be looking for an outsider anyway. Tosh, could you do a circuit of the perimeter fencing? See if that leaks like the main gate.
Yes, ma'am.
There was one thing from the screening, Mum. Seabrook's mate is among the missing. He's not been seen since dinner time.
Name?
Dennis Rickman. Got an address.
Well done. We'll pay him a visit. Mike?
Excuse me, Mum. Where do I figure in all this?
I'd like you to stay here and liaise with Socko and the factory inspector when they arrive, please, Frank.
Liaise?
Yes, please. Oh, and tell Socko to take a good look at the door jamb up there.
With all due respect, Mum, I'm not very good at liaising.
No? Well, I'm not very good at driving a desk.
Receiving, Sarge. Go ahead.
Yeah, we traced the next of kin for Stephen Seabrook. He was unmarried. His father lives in Maidstone. Local force has been informed.
And your Mr. Rickman has some form.
Not for assault on a police officer, I hope.
Petty theft mostly, bit of ABH, fighting pubs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, thanks, Sarge.
It's all right, I'll protect you. You can kick off, though.
Me? Good afternoon, sir. Dennis Rickman.
Yeah?
Detective Constable Dashwood, Sunhill Police. This is Detective Chief Inspector Reid. We're making inquiries regarding an incident that occurred at a building site in Telwyn Road earlier today.
Yeah, well, I ain't nicked nothing if that's what you want.
Nothing's been nicked. Do you mind if we come in, sir? You work at the building site then, do you?
On and off. Why?
With Stephen Seabrook, tiling subcontractor.
So?
Were you at the site today?
Yeah.
Working with Seabrook?
Yeah.
What time did you leave?
About 1-ish.
Oh, half day.
Friday, innit? Steve, you don't do much work on Friday afternoons.
One of his runs last year was in the Derby.
Out drinking with him, did you?
Me? Nah.
Oh, why's that? Fallen out?
Why, you done him for drink driving or something, have you?
No, we haven't done it for drink driving or anything. I just asked you if you'd fallen out with him, Dennis.
No.
Best mates then?
Not mates at all.
Work with him.
Why, you mates with your governor, are you? Perhaps you are.
So you don't like Stevie?
He's a git, right? Nobody likes him. I mean, what's he said I've done?
Why doesn't anyone like him, Dennis?
Because he thinks he's it, right? When in fact, he's crap.
You think he's crap?
Look, what's he said I've done?
Where were you at 2:30 this afternoon?
Why?
You tell me where you were and I'll tell you why I want to know.
I don't have to tell you nothing, right?
Very true, Dennis. We appreciate that and we're very grateful for your time. It would just help us to know.
She talks then. I was with a bird.
Oh, well, that's original. Name?
Lisa.
Address?
Allsop Road.
Allsop Road. Remember you, will she?
Yeah, I think I can say it was pretty memorable for her.
Well, she'll remember your breath anyway. What number?
Why?
Mr. Seabrook was killed this afternoon, Dennis. He fell on his head from the top floor.
What, joker? That bastard owed me 50 quid.
There's a theory he may have been pushed. So you must try and see things from our point of view. I mean, what are we going to do if this Lisa denies all knowledge, which is likely? I mean, Toms are about as reliable as the building trade when it comes to remembering. They don't want to know. At the moment, Dennis, you're just very kindly helping us with our inquiries. But if we were to arrest you on suspicion and Lisa didn't come across, you'd be in it. We know you're not an angel, Dennis. We've checked. Tend to lay hands on people, don't you, when they don't see your point of view. If Seabrook was a tow rag and had been messing you about over money, then a confrontation's on the cards, isn't it? Any court's going to draw that conclusion. You do see that, don't you? It might be worth claiming it was an accident, and it might not, because, you see, we have a witness who said she saw it happen. A deliberate push. Murder.
Look, it's not my form you ought to be looking at, it's his. Look, just ask around the site. Everybody will tell you the same thing.
Nobody's telling us anything, Dennis, except that you went missing at lunchtime.
Oh, come on, don't start on me. Look, there's plenty around who's glad he's been done, right? Have a chat to your computer. Go on. See what that's got to say.
Stephen Edward Seabrook, various traffic offences, drink drive, one suspended custodial. Then in January 88, convicted West London Crown Court and sent down for 18 months plus a 5-year ban, causing death by reckless driving. Truff bolted the groundwork, I vaguely remember it. It was a young woman called Sandra Collinson. Details are all there, Mum.
Thanks, Alex.
Sierra Oscar from Burnside. Receiving over.
Go ahead, Gov.
Would you happen to know the whereabouts of the DCI? I'm getting a tiny bit cheesed off here.
No. I understood you were liaising with the SOCO, over.
There is nothing to liaise about. I've told them all I know. That took all of 5 seconds. But the SOCO is here, the photographer is here, the factory inspector is here. Munro and his uniforms are still here, and I'm hanging around like a spare jockstrap in a changing room.
Well, no, it can't be Rickman. He's the wrong build. Thick set, Mrs. Collard said.
It's a building site, Mike.
Right.
You'll wear 6 layers in winter.
All right, so he's still in the frame.
There was a scuff on the door jamb at the side. It wouldn't stand up on its own, but... Anyway, I don't think he's the premeditating type, do you? There was no struggle, not according to Mrs. Collard. And you've got to be pretty cold-blooded to shove someone off a 50-foot drop. I could do it. I don't know about you.
Everything under control, Alec?
Oh, yes, sir. We've got an incident, though, sir. Possible non-accidental death at a building site.
Area info?
The SOCO is on site, sir. Floundering in the DCI's wake at the moment, though.
Really?
Good afternoon, Mr. Collinson?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I understood Mr. Ian Collinson lived here.
Oh, he used to. Who wants him?
Sorry, Mr...
Baker. I'm Ian's father-in-law.
Oh, I see. Can you tell us where we can find him?
Who is it, Chaz?
Detective Chief Inspector Reid, Sun Hill CID, and this is Detective Constable Dashwood.
Chaz!
It's all right, I can deal with it. What do you want Ian for?
We'd like to speak to him, that's all. Just a routine inquiry.
Who is it?
The police looking for Ian.
Is it about Sandra?
Well, no, not exactly.
Oh, I thought it might have been about Sandra. Come on in, anyway. Have a cup of tea.
Well, if Ian isn't here, there's no need for us to trouble you.
He'll be round later. That's his little daughter, him and Sandra's. We look after her while Daddy's at work, don't we, sweetheart? No, I thought it might have been about Sandra, because it's the anniversary this week.
I'm afraid not.
Come on, Jill. I don't think they want to see all that.
You shut up! You don't have to. You and Tasha can make the tea. Take no notice of him. Come in. Her birthday this week and all. We always celebrate her birthday. Well, I say we. I do. Jazz says it's morbid. That's the trouble with men. They can't show their emotions. She's still with us, you know. In this room. I sit and chat to her every day. Tell her what Tasha's been up to, and Ian. This is where they slept. I'll keep it nice. I took most of them. What do you think?
They're very good. She was a pretty girl.
Yes. More than skin deep and all. Most people think Chaz is the photographer, of course. Well, it's usual, isn't it? The man. He don't know one end of a camera from the other. What do you want to see Ian for, anyway?
Just routine. Would you happen to be able to tell us what he was doing earlier this afternoon?
At work, I hope.
What does he do?
Electrician.
Oh, yes. Any particular kind of job?
All sorts. He's self-employed. Round in Pardell Road today, putting in some sockets. Taken just before she was killed, this one. Just before that drunken bastard mowed her down. I've got lots more. Would you like to see them? He wouldn't. He's like Ian, I expect. Bottles it all up. She's dead, he says. Put it behind you. But she shouldn't be dead, should she? That's the point. That's why, to me, she's still here. Poor Ian wasn't even touched. Not a mark. They were walking home from a party rather than drink and drive. And he got 18 months, our friend. 18 months for taking one life and destroying 4 others. A lad up the road here got that for housebreaking. Oh, and he got a ban, our friend. 5 years. This is his ban. Out of prison after a year and straight back behind the wheel. These are all him in pub car parks. That's a good one, though. That must be evidence actually putting the key in the lock.
You took all these?
I followed him since the day came out, and I'll go on following him. You can take these, go on. Put him away again, even if it is only for another 6 months. And when he comes out, I'll do the same again. I'll go on following him. I'll haunt that man till the day I die, because he's torturing us. Losing Sandra, that was pain. But this is torture. That man hasn't got a care in the world. Drinking, driving, drinking. For him, it's like it never happened. Can you stand there and tell me that's justice?
No, Mrs. Baker, I can't.
Then do something.
Mrs. Baker, does Ian know about these?
He doesn't want to know.
He knows. We all know.
Then why don't you do something? You're supposed to be men, aren't you?
Mr. Collinson?
Yeah?
Police, sir. We'd like you to answer a few questions.
What for?
In connection with an incident at the Telwyn Road building site. Is this your jacket?
That didn't take you long, did it? Can I leave a note for the owner? Only I was hoping to finish this today.
Ian Collinson, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
Sierra Oscar from DC Dashwood receiving over.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Sarge, we've arrested someone in connection with the death at the building site, bringing in a Mr. Ian Collinson. Can you notify all interested parties, please?
Received, Mike. Well done.
Will my in-laws be allowed to have Tasha, do you reckon? Or will she be taken into care?
Congratulations, Mum.
Thanks, Frank.
Chief Super wants to see you. I think it's knuckles wrapped for doing a good job time. You get used to that. So, you're going to show me your catch?
Do I detect the faintest whiff of sour grapes, Gov?
No, not at all. I mean, if Reid feels the need to go glory hunting, that's her problem. I must say, I'm not too happy about the way you've suddenly changed sides, though.
We don't have sides in CID. We're a team.
Not today, we weren't.
Well, now you know how it feels.
Ah, this is not going to be the Ted Roach whinge, is it?
You're the one who's whinging.
Because if it is, the answer is the same. Comes in two parts, both of them circular.
Spherical, actually, Gav.
Got form, has he?
No, clean as a whistle. First offence.
Well, you and Madam should be very pleased with yourselves. He should get 15 years.
15? Come on.
Michael, it is premeditated murder. Taking the law into your own hands when the victim's already been legally punished. Not many judges go a bundle on that. Should have run him over. Might have only got 18 months.